Oh, I've been waiting for this. Oh boy, I've been waiting for this.
Welcome back to Sam Talks Nerdy. Hope you're happy, doing well, dominating life, crushing it. Thunderbolts has released, and we have got to talk about it. We need to talk about the positives, the neutrals, the negatives. It's this return to form for the MCU and sort of a very strong redemption arc. Let's talk about it. There will be spoilers, so heads up. Positives. And my first positive goes to the characters. I'm going to talk about each one individually. I do remember when we first got the concept image at, I think it was D23, just how let down people felt. Because, I mean, I get it. 3 super soldiers, 1 spy, 1 taskmaster, and 1 metahuman. Just nothing, not really anything that's special. Or as time went on, we kind of sat with it a little bit. It grew on us, and now I dig it. To me, the biggest MVP of this movie is Yelena. I mean, Florence Pugh carried this movie on her back. She was awesome. I actually like Yelena a lot more now. I mean, I didn't really have much of an issue with her beforehand. I just never really thought of her that much. But after this, she's probably in my top 10 favorite MCU characters, maybe even top 5. I can always say more of her in Doomsday. Next to Yelena, I feel like Bob slash the Sentry is the second MVP because just Louis Pullman delivered as the Sentry. And it's like Yelena, I can't wait to see more of him in Doomsday. Like I really hope he does become the Sentry and he's not just Bob because I need to see him throw down with Doctor Doom. Like that would be top 10 MCU fights of all time right there. And also, Louis Pullman was chilling as the Void. And also, good question. Where do you all rank the Void among the rest of the MCU villains? For me, definitely top 10. Also, who else ships Bob and Yelena? I do. I love it and I need it. I feel like this movie did an awesome job making people care about US Agent. Like a lot of people warmed up to him compared to how he was received in Falcon and Winter Soldier, which those were dark days. In this, he's just a lovable jerk. I mean, yes, he's an a-hole, but he's a lovable a-hole. Definitely had some pretty good scenes as well. I also can't wait to see him interact with Falcon and Doomsday, and just to see how they kind of feel about each other all these years later. I don't really know how I feel about his new look at the end, where he has the beret instead of the helmet. Which, I mean, I get he changed it because Yelena and Ghost were kind of jabbing at him, but I don't know. I'll need sun out a little bit. David Harbour is still lovable as Red Guardian. I mean, he owned every scene he was in, from him being funny to some more of the heartfelt moments. Like I loved his little pep talk scene with the Yelena towards the end. Ghost was also really cool in this. I mean, I never really cared about her in general. I mean, she was kind of my least favorite MCU villain, and because I just didn't really care for her in Ant-Man and the Wasp. I just thought she was so-so, but in this, okay, yeah, she's cool. She's cool. I think I prefer more as like a hero or an anti-hero than a villain. Plus, next to Yelena, she had some of the best jabs and quips. Taskmaster. We all knew she was gonna die. I just didn't expect the disrespect. I mean, literally just a bullet to the face or a bullet to the head, and then they're literally taking women's off her, being like, "Oh, I want that. Oh, actually, she would want me to have that." I mean, I guess she wasn't liked, but I thought maybe they like have her death be a bit more impactful. But I also do wonder now that she's off the table, will we get a more accurate Taskmaster in the future? Tony Masters. I hope so, and also Keanu Reeves. This movie also did a really good job tackling depression. Something I'm sure A24 fans just ate up. I'm happy Marvel decided to take this approach with a movie, and it worked. I mean, all the characters dealing with some sort of depression, and then the Void being an allegory for depression, just genius. Marvel has never done something like this before, and I hope they do it again. Also, I could not hate Val whatsoever. Just Julia Louise Dreyfus is so lovable in this role. I'm glad she's still alive, and I can't wait to see more of her. I also appreciate how the movie was standalone and not just build up to another movie. Like if I had to guess, it's maybe like 99% standalone with that last end credit scene being build up to Fantastic Four and Avengers Doomsday, which I mean, yeah. Let's talk about that end credit scene real quick because just it has me jumping up and down in excitement for Fantastic Four and Doomsday. Because I mean, I'm watching it, so I'm like, okay, so there's the rocket. So what happened? I mean, is that Like, is that the Fantastic Four? Is that Herbie? And like, and what's the context here? Like, will we see in Fantastic Four? Will we see how they get to Earth 616, or it, or will this be a different end credit scene? Like, I'm curious as to how. I'm curious if. I'm trying to get my thoughts again because it's just my mind's racing here. I'm curious. I'm just curious if, like, if in Fantastic Four, if their end credit scene will somehow tie into the Thunderbolts end credit scene, or will it be something completely different? And apparently, this end credit scene was directed by the Russo brothers, in a sort of way similar to what happened in Ant-Man, where Ant-Man had an end credit scene that was just a scene for Captain America: Civil War. So just crazy, just like I might need to do like a separate short talk about this a little bit more. Just my brain is rattled. Neutrals. Honestly, I feel like Bucky was just there just so there's like an experienced Avenger on the team, and plus, let's be real, he was on there for his political career. Like, he couldn't care less about the other characters, and even then, his political career just ended like that. The fights were also really good. I really love the ones in the vault where they're fighting each other. Then they fight the Ox group, or what the name is. And the fight with Sentry was cool, but there were times where, and I am tired of saying this, it's just so played out, but I just had to point it out because I feel like it's like an obligation. The CGI was a bit noticeable. Negatives, none. This movie was awesome. Honestly, I had to give this a 9 out of 10. Just, this was a really good MCU movie. Not mediocre, just like, this was awesome. And this really feels like a return to form from Marvel. And I am happy to say that. And even Kevin Feige just recently was like, uh, he wants these to stop feeling like homework. Like every movie is just like mandatory watching. And I cannot agree more. Like, I mean, some movies I don't really want to see. I don't think this ranks higher on the list of multiverse saga movies, at least like top 3, top 5. But with all the MCU movies, I would say it's definitely top 10. What do you think? Where would you rank this among the multiverse saga movies and all of the MCU movies? If you're listening to this via my podcast, make sure you follow me on Apple Podcasts and Spotify. Also, please leave me a 5-star rating and a good review where you can. If you watch me on YouTube, do the usual stuff of like, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, stay happy, stay well, stay healthy, and I will see you or talk to you next time. Peace out.